Hello, Sam here from the Code Cove. Today we're going to make this awesome snowfall effect using HTML, CSS and vanilla JavaScript. Let's get started. Right, so I'm going to do everything today just in the index HTML just to make it easier, so we have to switch back and forth between files. A nice little shortcut here just to get some boilerplate on VS Code. If you just type in the exclamation mark. Let's just change our document title to Snowfall effect. I'm going to add the styles in the head so nothing gets rendered without CSS first, and it's good to separate the HTML and CSS when you're structuring your code like this. Let's start with the body. We want to remove the default margin, so let's make that 0. Let's hide anything that overflows the body's boundaries, so overflow hidden. I looked up some gradient colors earlier. I was looking for like a winter night vibe. Don't worry, no one remembers these codes. You can just look up hex codes and lines. These are just the ones that I chose. You can choose your own. And we want position relative to allow for fixed position of the child elements. A quick note, I'm going to correct my errors at the end. I'm still getting used to typing and talking, but I'll do a scan and leave notes at the end in case you make the same typo as I do. Snowflake next. So we're going to do position absolute. So with the top, I tried a few different options earlier. I tried -10 and -20, but the snowflakes didn't hide for me, so I'm now using -30 pixels. It might be slightly different for you. Feel free to make the snow yellow. I'm going to go with the more edible snow. Gonna do font size as 1 rem, so it's more responsive, and opacity 0.8 as snowflakes aren't fully solid. And then our animation. We want it linear and never ending, so infinite. To make our animation, we will use keyframes. If you haven't heard of keyframes, this is what we use to create animations in CSS. We define a sequence of styles that an element can transition through over time. We are defining the start of the element with 0% and then the end of the element with 100%. So I'm saying the element we will apply the animation to will start above the visible screen and then fall to the very end. And as we set it to infinite earlier, it will continuously replay. That's it for the styles. Let's move on to the JavaScript. So I thought it'd be easier if I write out the JavaScript and then go through it, just so I don't make any mistakes when I'm typing and talking. So normally you'll have the rest of your H1 elements here, your P tags and whatever else you got. The script element always goes just before the closing body tag, or at least that's how I prefer to do it. We put it here to improve the page load performance. So first off, we want to pick how many snowflakes we want. So we're just going to set the snowflake count to 100, and then we attach the body document to a variable so we can use it in JavaScript. So to create our snowflakes, we use a for loop. The idea behind this is we will iterate over this 100 times, which is what we set the snowflake count to. We will create a new div each time, and this Unicode will be added to each one using the inner HTML property. A Unicode represents characters that may not be easily typed on a keyboard. And then we're going to add the class list snowflake, which we did earlier in our CSS. Next, we need to randomize the snowflake position, size, and animation properties. First, we are going to select the random horizontal position. Math random will select a number between 0 and 1, although it always picks a number under 1. But we are going to times it by 100, and that's going to be our viewport width value. We are going to do a similar thing with the font size, so again math random. We're going to times it by 0.5 and plus 0.8. So what we're doing is setting 0.8 as the minimum and then 1.3 as the max, and then that's going to be our rem value. We're using this just because it's more responsive. So the duration as well, we're using math random. We're timesing it by 5 and then adding 3. The value for this is going to be in seconds, and also on our animation delay the value is going to be in seconds as well, and we're also using math random and timesing by 5. The only one not using math random is our animation timing function. We'll be choosing linear, which will make it progress at a constant speed, and then we attach all this to the body so we can see our snowflakes. I'm just going to correct my typos and the rest of the code, and then I'll let you know any mistakes I made, just in case you made any of the same mistakes. Right, just a few errors that I corrected. Hopefully you didn't make any of the same typos as me. So let's go ahead and open this with the live server. For those of you who don't have the live server, if you just go to the extensions part and type in live server, it'll be this one here. Just install it, and then when you go onto your index, you can then open with live server. And as you can see, our snowflakes are falling. There are other things you can add to this. You can make the snowflakes sway side to side, you can change the speed, you can add all sorts of effects to it. You can even make the snow yellow if you really want to. But I really look forward to seeing what you lot will add to this code, and I look forward to you sharing what you did in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and let me know what you want to see next in the comments below. Thank you for supporting the channel.